Hey guys, and welcome to another CGNow episode. My name is Warrior, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a typographic illustration effect in Illustrator. Alright, so without any further ado, let's just get straight into the tutorial. What we're going to be doing is basically what you have seen at the beginning of the video and in the thumbnail. It's not real hard to achieve, so let's just get straight into this. We want to create a new canvas first of all. And we want to use the A4 preset, which is in my case in the recent ones because I use it a lot, but if it's not, you just want to go into print and you're gonna get A4 from here. It works pretty much on any kind of size, but A4 is the standard one that I use. Let's just hit create. Now that we have a new canvas to work in, we want to decide what we want to do our effect in, and that is real simple. I'm gonna draw a heart because it was Valentine's Day. I'm gonna get my pen tool and I'm just gonna draw from the top of my head, but you can actually use a real life picture and just like draw the outline of it. We want no fill because we just want an outline, and let's just like draw. You wanna be somewhere in the center or somewhere similar, and you just wanna drag, and this is not the center guys. Make sure that looks good, this angle right here, because it's important. I just hit Alt in order to get the other half of the anchor up there, and now I just want to go downward in this vertical fashion thingy, and I just want to drag so that I have half of the heart, and I just want to do this angle right here so that looks good. Now I'm just gonna drag up and we have a symmetrical heart. Good. Now that we have that, I'm just gonna require to move this a little bit downward, just like so, kind of center it because we can, and there you go, we have a heart. We could actually drag these sort of like this, like so, and there you go, we have a heart. We now want to scale this down, just by a tiny bit, and center it like so, and now we want to go in the fill. Good. Now that we have our path, we need to fill it in with something, and this is where the character type comes in. We want to think of a text that we want to put in, and since it was Valentine's Day, I'm just gonna use a message. I know it's lovely, pretty default message for Valentine's Day, but yo, I think it's gonna suit our purposes. Now what we want to do is simple. We want to type it in using a font that I have, a brush font essentially. I have one that starts with rail, I forgot its name. There you go, third rail, and you just want to type in I know your message. Make sure you type each word into a separate text box. It's important. I know. It's lovely. There you go. Now what we want to do is expand the size of these, have them a little bit bigger. There you go. Change their color to something that's going to be real visible on this black thingy. Let's just use this magenta color. Now we want to create outlines of this text, so you just want to right click and hit create outlines. Now we have converted the text into vector shapes, which is what we wanted. Now we want to kind of warp the text around this heart right here, and that's not going to be hard. You just want to go into object, envelope this dot, and make with mesh. Here's my suggestion. If you have a small word such as I, you're going to use one column and one rows and two columns. And if it's a larger word such as lovely or I don't know, you're going to use 3 or 4 depending on the case. You're going to see, and you're just going to start to feel it. It's about how you feel. Okay, so we have I here. We want to hit E to scale this up, and we just want to warp it. You want to take your path selection tool and deselect it, and you just want to move these anchor points so that it kind of you know, warps around the outline. Make sure that you actually lock this. Go to Object and Lock Selection, so that you don't accidentally select that, because that's gonna be bad. And you just want to do this pretty much. Warp it around the outline of the heart. This is a real tedious process, by the way, guys. So, but it needs to be done, because if it's not done correctly, you're gonna see what's gonna happen if I don't do it correctly. It's just everything is gonna be messy. Now we want to do the same thing with no. As you can see, no has 4 letters. And then we're gonna go to Envelope Distort, Make with Mesh. This one I think we're gonna use 3. There you go. Let's just scale this up by a tiny bit. And now we can start warping it around, which is gonna be simple. We want these selected and warp the corners around. Let's just like get these higher up. Same here. We want these to be, no. We kind of have a dent here. Okay, so we want these to kind of make a dent as well. This one, we want these to follow kind of the outline of the heart. No, possibly. Make sure you actually keep the distortion sort of natural. For example, I realized that that one was not natural, and I kind of undid it. We want to make sure we actually have room for all the words, because that's what we need. We need to fit every single word in here. I'm just gonna keep no as how it is. We want to do the same thing here. We want to go to the Envelope Distort and Make with Mesh. This one with 2 because it's a small word. Let's scale it up just by a tiny bit. There you go. And we want these selected and use the corners to kind of warp it around the edges of the heart. Okay. It's not too hard, really. It's just super tedious and time consuming. But you're gonna be super satisfied with what you have created, I can guarantee you that. Okay, so I think we could round this corner as well. There you go, I think that just looks good. Now we need to warp lovely somewhere in the heart. We're gonna use the Envelope Distort and Make with Mesh again. This one, I think we're gonna use 4. We wanna drag it in, scale it up by a tiny bit. I'm gonna rotate it, just like so, possibly even more, like this, or like we're gonna keep it like this. And now we're gonna take the path selection tool, and we're just gonna warp this to the outline. Okay. Slow and steady does it. There, we can always find more room for warping. Always. So for example, lovely right here kind of looks good. I like it, but let's just like round these corners as well. And there you have it. I'm happy with it the way it looks right now. Okay, now you want to select these, the text, and you want to expand it so that we permanently have this effect applied. So you want to go to Object, and you need to select it with the Direct Selection tool. Sorry, my bad. And you want to select it with the Direct Selection tool, and you want to go to Object and expand it. Hit OK, and then you're gonna have these. Now, we want to create a compound path so that we can actually punch through the heart and have some empty holes in it. So to do that, we're going to go again to Object, Compound Path, and hit Make. Now this is a compound path, and now we while pressing shift, we want to click on the heart. Sorry, we have to unlock it first because I forgot. So if you've locked it, you just want to hit unlock all. We just want to hit on the text, and while pressing shift on the heart, and you just want to punch a hole through it. And how are we going to do that? Simple. Just go into the Pathfinder and hit minus front, and this is gonna do this. We have a hole in the heart. Very well. Now we need to roughen it up because this is meant to simulate a handmade effect. This is what typographers used to do. Right, so to do that, I'm going to go to Effect, Distort and Transform, Roughen. Follow me. You want to hit Absolute, Smooth, 0.5 points of pixels, and Detail 20 per inch. Hit Preview. You might not see a change, but trust me, there is a slight change. Now comes a really interesting step that adds a bit of texture to our design, and that is adding some grunge textures. So I'm just gonna quickly open up some grunge textures that I have found lying around. There you go, and I'm just gonna take a more messier one, just like this one. I kind of like this one today. And what we want to do is simple. Click on the shape that we have, and we want to go into the transparency tab, which you will find here in the transparency in the window view thingy. Alright, now we want to go in the transparency tab and click make mask, deselect the clip, click onto this white thingy right here, and you just want to paste the texture in there. I suggest you keep it as a small one, and you just copy and paste it around the model, just like I'm doing right now. It's real important that the whole model is covered into this gritty texture. You can actually rotate them for a much better effect, so it looks a little bit random. And you can actually overlap them as well. That, I figured, gives me a much better effect and a much more realistic effect as well. I kind of like rotating them and rotating these messier ones. I think I'm gonna add one more here. There you go. And one more over here in the corner. There you go. Now I think that this looks pretty much good, right? It's lovely, come on. That's pretty much the effect done. You have a full piece of artwork. Make sure you actually deselect and you go back onto the main thing. And now you have finished artwork. You can go one step further and actually hit on the card above, and you can turn this into like paper-based art, like watercolors. It's amazing. Just hit the card above. It's another tutorial I made a while ago. I hope you enjoyed this video. Vote in the card above if you found this one helpful. I hope you did. And if it did help you, leave a like. Also vote. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll make sure and actually answer all of them. And that's pretty much it. I hope I'll see you in the next tutorial. Peace out, have a good one, and take it easy. Bye bye! Yeah, have a good one and have a happy late Valentine's Day.